dear friends, and welcome to Mystic Star Magic. I'm happy that you are here. Yes, today we're going to find out what don't you see coming. And this one was a highly voted on choice. So if you want to actually have input like on what you want, what kind of readings you want me to film for you and create for you, just consider subscribing and go check out at the community tab. And you could also, I give choices, but you could also put recommendations there as well. So let's go ahead. We're gonna go see. This is gonna be pile 1. This is gonna be pile 2, and this is gonna be pile 3. All right. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. Close your eyes. Clear your mind. And now as you exhale and open your eyes, choose whichever pile draws you to it. Ready? Let's do this. Hello, my friends from group 1. Oh, thank you so much if you are here. Just thank you for being here, actually. And thank you if you are one of my old-time friends who's coming back. Oh, you mean so much to me. And those of you who are giving me a chance, wow, thank you. I'm hoping this reading brings you lots of insight of what don't you expect that's coming your way. So even here, I actually love using all the things. So this is my Mystical Science Crystal Ball Oracle, and it's time to move forward. You will not meet trouble. And so I'm seeing this is actually something you don't expect, an opportunity. It is, the opportunity comes, I almost want to say from an unexpected source, and that's why you don't see it coming. It's almost, I also feel like, wow, it's something that you thought was closed off, something that you thought was done and over with, that there's no way, it's like you can't ever make it back again. This opportunity comes from that, I don't know if it's from a particular person or what it's about, but it's sort of from something that you didn't think that was, that could, you'll have a chance again doing something. For some of you, I almost feel like it's something where you oh, I missed an opportunity, but this missed opportunity is coming back, and I think now that you're more ready for it. So it's exciting. Let's see what other things are coming. Look at that. Okay. All right. Okay. Do you have enough room? Make sure you can see everything. And though this is my Christmas cheer tarot, but I'm just I love it because it is very cheerful. Okay, we have 8 of Wands, we have Page of Wands, we have the Temperance, and then we have the Moon card. Oh wow, wow. Okay. So when I do all readings, I just kind of go with it. I don't actually know how I'm going to, I just read what I see. But what I'm seeing here, it's sort of almost like an answer to these questions. So here we go. So what don't you see coming? I do think that there is a possibility, a new opportunity coming here. And this opportunity comes in forms of creativity, something you're creating something. And you're creating something that's in your head, that maybe there's plans. I really do feel for a majority of you that this is something that you had in your mind. You had in your mind, you were kind of making plans, but they were not solid plans. They were just sort of you were running ideas. And then you were oh, and you thought it was a great idea, right? But something happened, where you kind of dropped it. It could have just been maybe lack of time, because we do have constraints. Maybe lack of time. For others of you, I feel it was actually a thing of fear of you're oh, I can't make it. It won't happen. It won't work or something. Sorry. So kind of feeling ahead of time. But this is what I love it, because now it's the perfect time. You don't see it coming, but all of a sudden, this thing that you've been kind of, I would say a bit, but you're really excited about, and you're oh, it's not gonna but you put aside, it's coming back again. And not only are you going to start like creating it, it's actually going to speed up. For some of you, I actually feel like maybe if you've been thinking about creating oracles, but you're like, oh, I can't just, it's like something where you just can't get it quite right. And so you abandoned it for a little while. But now it's like this opportunity. This is the time. This is the perfect time. You don't see it coming, but all of a sudden it's sort of just going to flow right out of you. Love it. I do see here. So you have challenges with the 5 of candles. It's sort of like, like I do think that there's maybe there's a sense of competition coming through, but I want you, like, I love this because it gives us the answer to that. There's competition where you're just like, you're not really sure about what to do. Instead of looking at it through this lens of competition, instead look at it through that lens of the Page of Wands, right? So it's almost not trying to be the best, I feel like there's no sense of trying to like perfect it, be like comparing yourself or comparing this idea or whatever that it is to others, to what others have done, or even like, oh, this person's more successful, or this thing has sold more, or like like instead of that, it's really about just the fun process of creating. That's what I think you don't see yet. You're like, and I could see why. Like if we start comparing ourselves or comparing something we're creating or the success somebody else has or the life that somebody else has, or we compare everything, it really does take away the joy of the creation. And so I feel like you don't see it coming, but the joy of the creation is what's coming through here for you. We're dropping this. We're also temptation, right? I'm actually looking at this and thinking it looks so delicious. I'm like, oh yes, I could go for a cookie or like a little chocolate. So it is the temptation. I feel like for some of you, the temptation comes from maybe procrastination. There's another, like, there's procrastination, right? I totally get that. I have to admit it. I procrastinate. Like all these things. I'm like, yeah, I have to do this. And I'm like, oh, okay, let me watch some K-drama instead, or some Chinese drama, or it's the truth. It's the truth. But for others of you, I feel like I said before, it's sort of like you were in a state of, because you were comparing yourself to others, and this like comparing and trying to like, there's that struggle there. It was much easier for you to give up. It was much easier for you to just like, oh, it's not going to work out anyways, right? But we have the answer here. It's temperance. It's understanding that there is time and having patience as things grow. Some people, I'm going to say like YouTube channels. Some people, like, it just clicks right away. Some other people, it's like it takes some time. Even here, like I feel this is a little call out for me too, but understanding that the timing is perfect. And that is what I'm seeing here. It may take time, right? But that doesn't mean anything. You're learning in the process. And it's also what I want to say with the procrastination here for you. Sometimes it's okay to take that step back, right? There's our temptation is also to kind of push forward, to kind of like be like, oh, it has to, like, we have to force ourselves. And I think right here with this temperance, it's like no forcing. And even here with this 5 of candles, but with the Page of Wands, it's like it's not the force, it's not forcing. And so any ideas where you're trying to force yourself, it's sort of like, oh, it's not, you're gonna struggle through it. Versus where I think this is the beautiful thing about it, because it's like even this missed opportunity, you thought it was gone, but it's sort of like all of a sudden, like this idea maybe, or this, or maybe it could be a connection, but it just feels like it's in some sort of like creative endeavor here. But I could totally see this as being as a connection as well. So it's sort of like what you thought was a missed opportunity. It is not. And so we do have this 10 of candles. And so well, I love how clear this message is. So the 10 of candles, you've taken on a lot, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. I do see that you have progress from the 5 of candles. You go 5, 8, 10, and then we have the page of wands, which is what the candle represents. And so the 10 of wands here, the 10 of candles, it is like all these beautiful ideas, very much so. That's great. The idea prospect is great, like that you have so many different ideas. Maybe, you know, try to like narrowing it down, but even that doesn't really, that's not what I'm seeing here. It's really following that intuition here with this moon. I'm also going to say to you, with this 10 of candles to 10 of wands, it's really understanding if sometimes you're taking on more than your fair share. Is it like, I want you to think about why that is, like what is the underlying reason behind it. I feel that that's what you're trying to see. It's sort of like you're sorting things out. You're like, okay, why am I saying yes when I actually mean no? It's like, oh, because I don't want to disappoint somebody. Like what is it all about? And I think you're understanding this is like a very good thing, because you don't see it coming, but there's a lot of change here for you. And a lot of like, I do love this, that there's an opportunity coming your way. Okay, let's see what other stuff it is. Okay, look at that for nightmare. And then we have sweetheart. I'm actually going to lay all of them out so we can kind of see all these oracle cards that kind of guide us through here. Look at that, we even got surprises. I love this. Okay, hidden, we have that. And then we have, okay, let's see. Do you have enough room? Yeah, we have enough room. Okay, let's put these guys a little bit higher up. And then, all right, okay. Look at this, beautiful. Surprises, but happy surprises. I really do think for some of you, there is, again, this is sort of like that temptation, that devil energy here. It's also taking on more. So it's nightmare. So you have suffering, darkness, persecution. No, it's sort of like you, for me, it's those thoughts that say, oh, you're going to fail. It's also in this competition where you're like, oh, I'm not good enough. Those are those thoughts. And this is the perfect time to actually face them. So sweetheart, here we have pure unconditional love and beloved. I do think, like, again, this is total Empress energy. For some of you, it might even be that you are getting pregnant. Oof, that is awesome. I love that. That's a surprise thing. I think you're not going to expect it. For some of you, that's what it is. Especially if you've been trying, but then you're like, oh, whatever, it's not going to happen. Boom. Surprise. For others of you, I really do think it's some sort of creation that you didn't see, like that you kind of gave up on because you're, you know, like, I think a lot to do with legal insecurities. But it's coming up, and I really do think that it's going to be very more successful than you thought it was. For others of you, like I said, this can actually be all about love. This is sort of like your worries about, like, I'm never going to find love, or like it's not going to work out, it's not going to work. It surprises you. But I do think that it's very important to understand that you have this moon. It's time for you to like expose, like really like show yourself, or even understand why you're hiding certain things. It's sort of like you need to understand your intention, understand, because there was a reason why there was a bit of a missed opportunity here, because like something kind of prevented you from actually, like, I really think your worries, like there's an undercurrent of like fear, of insecurity that you need to kind of face, right? I feel like I ruined the card. Oh. All right, and then patience is your friend. Again, what is that? That's all about temperance. So I feel like, wow, there's like so many repetitions here. Temperance is patience. Things, you know, in order to build things, there's, I want to say, like, there's like so many factors. I feel like you're making a cake or something, and so like there's mixing the ingredients in a certain way, right? You don't want to overmix them, otherwise your cake is going to be too dense. You need it to be a little fluffy, right? There has to be things. You also have to get the perfect, like the temperature has to be right for it to actually go into the oven. and otherwise it will be like, it'll be raw inside but burnt on the outside. Yeah, like it's like, that's how I feel like this creation is for you. And like I said, it could be a baby, it could be like, because I actually keep thinking like bun in the oven here, and then follow your curiosity. And again, it's sort of like this Page of Wands. Not it's, you don't like, not coming at this from a sense of being perfect, not coming out from it that I have to be better than everybody else, but rather from a place of fun and curiosity, like, oh, let's see what will happen if I do this, right? And so this is a very like surprising things that are coming your way, but it's very like, I can like, isn't it really positive? I really think it is very positive. It's surprising, but it's a good thing here. So ripple, spread your influence. And so what I'm seeing here with this ripples is actually like, it's almost like one thing will lead to the other. So this one opportunity may seem to you like it's just one opportunity, but it actually opens up a whole new world for you. And that's also something you don't see coming. So I'm going to be using the fortune cookie cards here. Let's see what other things doesn't the collective of group ones see coming. What isn't? What did they see coming? What did they see coming? Actually, I'm going to shuffle off because they're a little sticky. And I'm like, and I don't just want to keep using the same one. So let's give it a nice little shuffle. What doesn't the collective of group see coming? So tough and trying times. Friendship. And what doesn't the collective see? Love. Oh, that's good. So tough and trying times. So tough times ahead, long term. Think long term and make decisions accordingly. Avoid negative people at all costs. Yeah, maybe that competition here. But even though it's tough and trying times, I feel like there's also positive things coming here. So friendship. A friend needs your help, your kindness, and excellent counseling skills will put... Oh, Exen needs your help. Your kindness and excellent counseling skills will put them back on track. And I love this. And then love is in the air. A great time for commitment and taking relationships to a whole new level. Oh, and look at this. You have future. So you may travel or host an overseas traveler soon. Either way, great social fun awaits. So even though there's like maybe tough, trying times, I do think the tough times are coming actually from dealing with that moon energy. But I really do think that one decision, one choice, one taking that leap, which I really do think that that's what's going to surprise you, is going to have a ripple effect on your life. So very beautiful reading. I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up and please do consider subscribing. Thank you so much. I feel very honored to be able to read your cards. And I guess until I see you in the next one. Bye-bye, my dear friends. My friends from group 2, I really, when I see this tea, I'm like thinking, you definitely should go check out what's the tea on you. I feel like there's messages there for you in that reading. And hopefully I'll remember to actually link it up there so you can just click on it. So what is it that you are not expecting? There's going to be many friends that will visit. There's gatherings. I think, I'm seeing like a friend maybe, or like a relative or something that's like from the past, like you haven't seen in a while, coming forward. So like, I feel like lots of happy events. I also do see a little bit of drama, not in a bad way, just in drama that, when sometimes people who haven't seen each other in a while, it's sort of like you catch up and they're like, wow, that you went through that, or that happened, and sort of you're like, wow, okay. So I feel that's something that's happening here. Look at that, you even have 3 of presents. So 3 of presents, which is the 3 of cups. So yeah, friendships are coming. Friendships are here. And this is my Christmas cheer tarot. And this is my mystical crystal ball oracle, mystical sign or crystal ball oracle. And you can actually, this is exciting. And you can find those on Etsy. I have, Empress energy. Ooh. Look at, oh my goodness. You are this is so happy. This is like such a great, so great things that are coming your way. Okay. So we're going to say that there's a sense of friends coming in, friendship, celebrating. You even have gathering friends. Empress though, it's very important. So I feel like a lot of feminine friends are coming. You might even... Oh, that's interesting. I feel like especially for those who are reunited with people from the past, it's sort of after talking to them or after meeting with them, it's sort of like you understand the growth that you've had. This is surprising to you because I don't think you acknowledge it a little bit, but it's gonna surprise you. You're like, wow, I've actually grown quite a lot. There's and I almost feel like you're gonna say like, wow, I've become more confident. Yeah, so I do like that a lot. I do think that other friends are going to look up to you a little bit, yeah. And I really like this. So we also have a sense of moving, the 6 of candy canes, which is the 6 of swords. And so you're moving away from, like, I would say tough times, especially in terms of like finances. Like there's a sense of like you're moving away from scarcity to 6 of Pentacles, where there's possibly a wish fulfillment coming through. But I feel like more like you're finally balancing your finances. And possibly I almost feel like there's an opportunity here or like where money will come from a source that you don't expect. You're like, oh, okay. For others of you, it is possibly planning a trip with the family, or so. I think you're kind of, what's going to surprise you is that things are going to start moving with this 3 of Candles, 3 of Wands, and you're starting to focus more on the future. You're like, okay, and like the happiness that you want from this 10 of Cups, like fulfillment, maybe family. It's like, what is it that you really want? For others of you, it's also funny. It's like you meet, maybe you might meet somebody that has a family already, and then, but somehow you're going to be together very beautifully, coming together. The King of Presents, yeah. And this is, I think, a person that will come here, but you could be this person, because I could see this in terms of love as well. So it could be a reconciliation for some of you, the reconciliation or the beginning process, like the beginning steps for reconciliation, and especially with this King of Presents. But I do think for some of you, like this King of Presents is starting to look ahead. They're trying to actually build something substantial and legit here with you. And there's a Page of Swords, and they're actually going to finally start telling, sharing. I want to say they're sharing their heart, their emotions more. Yeah. And for some of you, I do feel, yeah, like this is somebody from the past that comes back and maybe tells you, oh, like, finally, maybe for some of you, a confession of like, hey, I had feelings. Also for others of you, I just feel like this particular person is coming through and finally has started to see clarity. Might be even yourself though. And so what I'm seeing here is you have like creative endeavors, but creative endeavors from like the heart, like maybe writing. So it's actually you starting taking action, like baby steps towards that, like to maybe writing something that you want or creating something that you want. But really overall, like very strong like friendship and like celebrations. Let's see what other things are coming. Yep, okay. Let's see. And this is the I Candy Oracle by Beloved Tarot. And that one I think might be going away. So if you like it, here we go. Moving here. Okay. And then we have, oh, interesting here. Yeah. So there's this is their action that needs to happen. There's an action sense here. This is why the Page of Swords, it's almost like you are finally taking the action. And I see the homeless here. It really does remind me of, this is why the 6 of Pentacles is coming through. You're moving away from like, not from scarcity, from scarcity to more abundance. And I feel like you're clearing out. You're clearing like the hesitation. Like there's and I think the overall general thing that we don't see coming. Like I'm seeing a theme in both group 1 and group 2 is like that we're no longer hesitating and we're actually starting to take action, where like you're making your move, right? This like it seems to like come and like even here consider healthier choices. It's, to me, it's sort of like you're taking that leap of like healthier choices actually means like, okay, we're not gonna just hesitate, but we're taking that leap. Like that's a choice that you need to do. It's like instead of like worrying, maybe even this with this robbery here, you have the exploitation, incaution, unfairness. It's sort of like you are changing. Wow, this is a beautiful thing. So you're changing this, which is to me the Seven of Swords. You're changing this energy of like where you just don't feel like you deserve like abundance and you deserve things, and it's going to surprise you because you're finally like starting to change that thought process, and you're actually seeing that, you know what, my all the work, all the things that I do are, you know, I do deserve abundance. And I think that's a beautiful thing that you're doing. Yeah, there is a sense of hesitation, but you're moving forward. There's recuperation here, and again, recuperation can mean many things, but I feel like it's like you're getting over this very self-limiting thought process. Yeah. And then you're starting to plan for the future. The trust is mutual for me is it's like it's a equal give and take, understanding that you are deserving of the receiving, right? You give. I feel like there's a lot of sense of giving here, but there's a sense of receiving. And I also feel like for some of you, there's a sense of finally coming, especially with this King of Cups, like with somebody from your past, and understanding. It's almost like you have to develop that trust, but it's there. There's things that were left unsaid that are finally going to be said, and you're going to start hearing this. Very cool. I like this a lot. Okay, let's see what other what else is gonna surprise the collective of group 2. What don't they see coming? Reflection. So friendships in your life may come to an end, others could blossom and become stronger, and that's interesting, right? So some friends you're like, some friends maybe you're like, they're robbing my time or robbing my energy. Others of them you're like, okay, they're actually helping heal you. So healthier choices, like which friends to stay, which friends to go. Friendship is like, it's there. Friendship was there. So a friend needs your help, your kindness, your excellent counseling skills will put them back on track. And that was funny. And property purchase, sale, or for many, but heed security concerns in any transaction. And then you have luck. A sudden change of luck is likely. Things are working in your favor. Excellent time for networking. So that is beautiful. I hope you'll like this reading. I feel like somebody's dropping something off. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for letting me read your oracle cards. And until I see you in the next one, bye-bye, my dear friends. Friends from group 3, I am so happy you are here. So thank you. Let's get into it. So we have balance. So one of these things that are unexpected, you will need to make a decision. So you are going to make a decision that, I feel like it's a decision for you to like move forward. That it's going to be, I think it's going to be a little bit of like, not hardship, but a challenge in the beginning, but it's going to be well worth it. That's what I'm saying. Like you're going to make a decision that's going to help you like go forward, move forward. Yeah, look at that. Yep. From something else. And then we have, okay, look at that. And this is my mystical signs oracle, and this is my Christmas cheer tarot. So those you can find on Etsy. Okay, let's see what other stuff what is coming through. Oh yeah, look at that. 6 of Swords, love that. Oh, we do have a tower. I have to be honest, I was thinking, I'm like, oh, there's like a change, because like I said, it's gonna feel uncomfortable, but it's well worth it. It is well worth it, my friends. Oh, like we go from the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Cups, the 5 presents, like, which is the 5 of Cups energy. So to the and here I actually make that decision. That lovers could be the decision. But I actually feel it's almost like, for me, what I'm saying here is, there's a sense of spilled milk. It could be like regret, especially maybe in terms of love, or where somebody might have hurt you in some case. But I feel like there's the choices that you're making is, again, to open yourself up again, to I almost want to say, to take a chance here. There is a sense of the hangman coming. There's a going within yourself, right? This, you may not see it coming, but there's a shift in your perspective. And this shift in your perspective is going to like change your whole world here, because it's getting you out of this Five of Cups. It's moving you from the Five of Cups to actually accepting and trying, opening your heart again. And it could be, I'm not, and this just doesn't have to be in terms of love, but it actually, let's say, there was a project or something that you put your heart into it, right? You put your heart and soul into it, and it just didn't pan out. And so instead of giving it up, you're actually going to change that perspective. It's going to get you away from I want to say almost like a feeling sorry for yourself, into like a new sense of excitement with this Six of Swords. So you're going to like moving to something even better. And it's also helping you to open your heart up again to new possibilities. We do have the World that's coming. There's a sense of completion. I want to say to you that there's a phoenix rising for you coming out of this process. You are you're going to kind of like rise like the phoenix, especially with this Tower. So the Tower happens, it's not a, and that's why I said it was like, it's not a comfortable feeling. Totally understand, because it's almost like your whole reality, there's a lot of things that drop away after you have a Tower. But those things, the thing that we think about, it's really a sense of illusion in a sense. It's also a sense of like what isn't necessary. What it's sort of dropping the leaves in the fall, right? That's how the Tower is. Except it's a little more rough with that, with the Seven of Candy Canes. And so this Tower is actually helping you clear up anything where you've been kind of masking to yourself or others. But instead, you're going to end up being this King of Cups. Okay, that's abundance, love. Like I said, it's almost like the opening of your heart again. And it could be in terms of abundance too as well. So I feel like you go through a whole cycle, yeah. You just don't know how amazing it does. I can't. I'm not gonna dilute you and say oh no, it's gonna feel wonderful. No, it's gonna feel uncomfortable. But the outcome of it is a much more confident you, and also your heart is going to be open, and you're going to be more abundant, because I do feel like this, for some of you, this is like a project or something where you really thought it was going to pan out, and it just kind of didn't. Or like a love that you thought was going to pan out, and it didn't. And if that's the case, then you have this King of Cups, which is somebody who actually does feel like love equally so as much as you. And for others of you, it's just like you are more aware of your talents and the abundance that comes from here. Oh, my little buddy's playing. I have no idea. Okay, look at this. Anticipation, yes. Fall. Didn't I tell you? The leaves are falling for you, my friends. You don't see it coming. There's a hard work will pay off. Expect the unexpected. Love it, because we are expecting the unexpected, and I think that's something that you don't see coming. There's ideas like manifestations coming through, vision and inspirations, and that I feel like there's a sense of that comes after, like where you think, oh, it's like you're moving. This whole thing that you don't expect is that you're moving away from this Five of Cups into like the King of Cups. And that's a very big shift and change. So I want you to see that. The right that I'm seeing here, the mystery, the magic, it's actually, I really do think it's the rising from the ashes that you don't see happening, but it is. And even here we have the fire. It's like you're rising from the ashes. And the anticipation is that even better things are coming your way, and they really are. The fall is, like I said, falling of the dead leaves. That's the tower moment, falling of the dead leaves that come through. So yeah, your hard work will be paid off. That's something that, yeah, like look, this, you actually get the things that you want. Oof, and I love this clarity. So crystal clear decision. Oh, and look at this. You have the decision again. And so I guess your decision is, do I keep being stuck in this 5 of Cups energy, or do I move forward? And I feel like you, from what I'm seeing, is you're moving forward. So clarity, crystal clear decision. And so you know what you want, and you're going to go after it now. That it may surprise you how you open yourself up again. And give things a try, especially like love. That it's also going to surprise you, but it's going to be, you're going to be okay. You're going to learn how to balance on one foot. Let's see what other things are a surprise that are coming to the collective of group. Yeah, look at that. Love again, like love. Like I'm saying that there would be a surprise for love, and that's somebody who loves you as much as you love them here. Love is in the air. Great time for commitment and taking relationships to the next level. Love, 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 love this. We also have achievement. Enjoy the limelight. You've earned it. Again, there's a sense of earning it. Although on the family front, somebody's health could cause some secret worries and sleepless nights. Okay. But even if that's the case, I do think that there's a lot of positive things happening here, planning. So now is the time to lay down the foundation for your future. Financial gains are more than likely. Yep, we also saw that coming through here. And we have assert yourself. Go for what you want. The time is right for your soulmate connection. Wow. Look at that. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And birth of a child is also likely. Ooh. Oh, I'm excited for you, group 3. I know it's a tower moment. You're just like, but it's gonna be, I really do think it's gonna be an interesting one. And so we have carefully made plans could be thrown out of the window as major changes and interruptions surround you. Make sure you get lots of rest and cope with all the upheaval. Yes, but this is going to be for you though. Remember that. That's an important thing. And I like the shift and changing is coming, and I like it. Sunshine. So the sun is shining on you. Career and business growth, fabulous communications and relationships. I'm leaving it there because I love this. So I hope you like this reading. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, and please do consider subscribing. Thank you just for letting me read your cards. I feel always honored that I'm able to do this. And until I see you in the next one, bye bye, my dear friends.